presentes da Árvore, da Soares dos Reis, do IMP, por acederem ao nosso convite. Muito obrigada ao Carlos por cá estar. Nós vamos então passar inicialmente o genérico e depois iniciamos a master. Ok? Então, muito bom dia. Hoje temos cá, mais do que um convidado, um amigo do festival, já de vários anos. Farei apenas uma nota biográfica relativamente a Carlos de Carvalho, que me vai ajudar,
Sim.
Porque o meu francês é péssimo. E então, o Carlos estudou ilustração e grafismo na instituição
Saint-Luc.
e depois aprendeu animação 3D e direção digital na
Supinfocom Rubica.
Trabalhou em publicidade animada, broadcast designs e séries de animação para canais de televisão francesa. Fundou ainda o estúdio de distribuição e animação
Je regarde.
Realizou o videoclipe do I Have a Power para
Timber Timbre.
a publicidade Be Cool e as curtas-metragens Just Low.
Premier automne and Juste de l'eau.
Foi professor, certo? Foi professor de direção artística na
Supinfocom.
E ao mesmo tempo trabalhou na direção artística e desenvolvimento visual e design de produção em 2 longas-metragens.
It's Icar and Pachamama.
Atualmente é o diretor de arte e o diretor de arte da Escola PôLE 3D e é ainda o diretor de animação, do estúdio de animação.
Sim,
também.
2D and 3D.
Exatamente. Voilà. Hoje estamos cá para fazer um breve percurso sobre o processo criativo da escola, as várias etapas da licenciatura e do mestrado e, portanto, eu vou passar a palavra ao Carlos que melhor fará esta apresentação. Okay. Muito obrigada.
So, I am very sorry, but I will talk in English very slowly and I try in 1 hour to show many things. So, I try to talk a little more about myself. So my name is Carlos de Carvalho. It's a Portuguese name. My father and my mother are Portuguese, but I am born in France, and I study all in France. And to tell the truth, I am the shame of my family, because my Portuguese is very low. I can hear some word, but for talk it's very difficult for me. So thank you for your understanding. So I was illustrator, director, and my position is very interesting because first of all, I am the position of director, but I am also firstly a creative. Normally, in this position, it's more people who is for the step, for the number, for the writing, for many things, very academical things. But I have the opportunity in my new school to have a high position, but with always creative thinking. And that's, it's interesting for us. So, PôLE 3D, I will show you for start one show reel about the animation. It will take around 5 minutes. Okay. Thank you. All the work you saw, it's our student works, and okay. So I will talk a little about our school. I will try to don't forget, and I will try to say everything what if I remember all. So our PôLE School was founded in June 2003 by Antoine Durieux, and we are localized in Roubaix. It's a city close of Lille. It's in the extreme north of France, and it's very cold. It's not like Portugal. Sorry. The school is implanted inside of the plain image. And what is plain image? Plain image, it's the picture you saw actually, and it's like a microcosm dedicated to the audiovisual, video game, VR, and design in France. So we are not the only school there. There are already 3 schools. And one school is Artefix, we are our school, and one very famous for contemporary art is Le Frénois. And in this ecosystem, they have also some company who made video game, some animation, and some things will change also in the future because it will change for making more, for grow up, for make more big, because more other company want to come to this place. So there are many energy in this place. In July 2017, Paul 3D joined the Catholic University of Lille, and this is very important because we are a real university. It's also the beginning, the start of my coming in the school, because before I was working as art director for Supinfocom in Valenciennes. And it's different, it's changed a lot of things. It's about the economical things, the stability of the school, and the whole diploma you will receive for the student who come. It's how to say? It's master homologate. It's homologation master, and it's not other animation school don't have the same. Because, for example, we know the difference. Some students in other schools in France, they say master with E at the end. But we are the only one for the animation school who is a real master. But it's not so much important. It's just for the title. Because what is important, it's the work, if the student progress well or not. Last things, in 2021, Jérémy Teng became the new general director of PôLE 3D. Voilà. And now we continue. So you see the place. Here you can see it's exactly here we work, our student. We are 4 PôLE in the school because we study, we teach the 2D animation, the 3D animation, also the video game, and recently the illustration. You can see here some of our students. It's very fresh because it's our actual student. They are working actually for the movie. And as I told you, we have 3 levels of training: preparatory class, university degrees, first year to 3rd years, university masters, and to 4th to the 5th year. So we have this particularity. It's the students who come to our school. They can learn and study until the 3rd year. We will make a movie, and they can decide to stop, to see if other school is better, if it's more adapted for them, or to continue to the masters. Also, in our side, we can decide if we want to continue to work with the student. Because, for example, sometimes we feel the student is not made for the field, for this animation. And we can decide it's better to change, for you to go to the other school. So it's look hard, but true, believe this, it's better for all parts. Today, the school offers 4 types of specialization: 2D, 3D, video game. I told you this. Voilà. So here, it's actually, again, some picture of our students working on their short movie. I will talk step by step what is, how we start, how we learn, what is the beginning. You have to understand the students who come to our school, they come after the high school or junior high school, I forget in English, And they come around 18 years old, and most of the time they don't have any knowledge. They don't know how to draw. They don't know so many things. And we have also to understand in France, we have plenty of school animation. We have more than 100 animation school in France. For example, just in my city, in Lille, or around the area, we have more than 10 schools of animation. So it's very interesting because they have a lot of emulation for this. So I will show the beginning, because at the beginning, all students, they didn't know how to draw, how to start. And we have to start very easy things. So the first, I will just try to show you some example. In first semester, they do self-portrait, and it's like just a rotoscopy technique. And for me, it's very interesting work. No, you can stay like with slide. Because we can see the personality of each student, I guess. And for me, it's interesting. So we can see they don't know how to draw, but it's also the first start to make first montage, just to know how to cut very quickly. So they do to show who you are. Can you, because we don't know who you are, can you tell us in some drawing quickly what is your personality? What is it can be we can see this about the style, about something mood, and for me it's interesting because even now I see just before the video of Jeremy, he is actually in 5th year, and I saw just his first work, and I can see many things on this. I'll let you see, because for me it's the basis of everything. For people who want to work for video game or 3D or everything, we need to draw. We need to have sensibility. And we are searching this. It's very important. And always we push our students to take risk in any case. When they are not sure, if there are 2 ways, always we say try the more risky way, because it's always more interesting. But I can say, because even the students didn't know so much to draw, we can have many interesting things. It's, of course, it's better to have some drawing skills, but it's not so important. What is important, it's the energy of work, to don't have fear and be afraid to work a lot. Because when you work a lot, obligatory you have a result at the end. So we have also one thing is to learn to students how to work, because sometimes they feel they work hard, but it's just about their thinking, their level. They think they work hard, but they don't realize they lose many energy for many things, and they have to learn better how to work better and more. So it's something very important. So I will stop because there are many. You will see, but for me it's I like this exercise, very simple. We can see the difference already. And I think it's the beginning to put the step, to say, try to be different, try to search your style. Sometimes they want to draw like a kind of realistic. Sometimes some they try to find other solution. And people who can draw well, sometimes they have to find alternative of creative something, and it's also very interesting. Voilà, for the first semester. And after we have, in second semester, we try to work for one kind of very short film in haiku. So they work with 2 student work team, and they have to work for a short movie of 45 seconds. And it's also interesting. They have to choose on which will give them a working basis. So I will show you some example. quickly because I have 4 to show you in different aspects. The final cut is interesting. And you have to know one thing important I don't say, I just remember now. In the first year, it's we don't decide if they go to animation, to video game division or other. So it's all common division. So all students, they have to try this exercise. And it's after the second year, they go to their division, if it's 3D, video game, illustration. So sometimes we have some vibe. They wanted to feeling of video game animation with pixel art. It's also interesting. I try to go more fast because I see the time and I have many things to show and I am sorry. I am very bad for the time. In our school, we need competence. For example, we need sometimes people who have a lot of creativity, but also people who is very technical in their head. For example, there are many students who come from engineering school, who they just try to make many mathematics and many things. And we have to combine all their competence. Sometimes we have some students who come from music school. It's also very interesting. Some students from architecture also. So, voilà. Up. The second years, it's the next of this, and we have also, we have to, I don't say everything. Most of the time they do many 2D style animation, but they have also some 3D work in first year. It's just for people who, if they want to know if they like to try the technical 3D. But you have to know, for mostly people who are sensitive and have a lot of skill of drawing, when you start 3D animation, it's very difficult at the beginning. And we have to across this difficulty, because when you understand this software of 3D, you can make very big and beautiful things. So, first semester, we have 2D student, and it's 5 student short movie. So I will try to show quickly, because I'm very late. try to show some example because it's also the student. It's very sometimes influence of video game. It's interesting. off. they do this for the first semester, and it will start in second semester their first 3D animation. So it's, I will talk especially more about 3D animation now. You will feel like it's, I show you many 2D animation because we start with this. And time by time, because I will talk about the 3D animation, because if you see the name of the school is PôLE 3D, so firstly, the school was created for this. So we have more experience, more roots about this. But we try to create, to continue, because actually, our 2D animation continue to progress year by year. But now I will show the first exercise. So I will show you 4 exercises. Some are very simple, but some is very technical, because some students, when they start to do their first short movie, it's very complicated already, because they have the energy to work a lot for many things. So it's most of the time it's 1 minute 30 seconds. So it's a lone student, each student have to work individually. So they have to make the rigging, the skin, the animation, everything. So they have to understand and learn all steps of 3D animation. I think for me this example is very interesting. Why? Because this student is Adrien Maton. He does this very short movie in second year, but we saw his universe was already here in front of us. And when he tried to go in third year, his mood on the feeling of movie is like this. And actually, he's making his fifth year movie, and it's also the continuity of this. So we can also detect the talent of each student. Here it was other year, and the exercise became more long because, as always, all students they want to make a little more, to make more and better than the other year. So here I have more work. But it's the same student, it's always the same time, it's a long student. I told you, many students come from many different fields. For example, this student come from a musical school before, and he made himself his own music. So he created the movie, but he also made his music. And he will do the same in third year. He create his own music himself, and also for the 5th year. So we continue with the particularity of each student. On the last of the second year. Here you have, for the first try, to work animation with fur, it's very complicated. So this student, Camille Anne, was very in advance. And normally, we try to say, don't go there, it's too much difficult, you can't succeed this. You use a very too much difficult way. But sometimes some students, they can prove us they can do something very strong for the first work. After this, I will talk about the third year. And we have one particularity in our school, and it's very different from other schools. Because we made, for the first real short movie in team in third year. And this short movie we sent to all festivals all around the world, as the same as the 5th year. So our students have 2 experiences for make short movie to distribute, to send all around the world in the festival. The distribution is made by our school, and it's especially is made by my little brother Patrick. So we are very close about this, and we have a strong focus about this. So to make a short movie in third year, it's very interesting because we can also detect their skill, their for work, for everything. And when they fail many things, they learn many things. Many people say this, and I think for me it's true. I believe in this. It's the best school in the world. It's to fail and retry, fail and retry, fail and retry. So we have to create whole opportunity to the student to try other chance for make the most as possible. So as you see, because I show you the first, the second, and the third, the students, they are always in front of the reality of making animation. So they have to create, they have to finish, because I think one thing is very important. Many people can have a good idea. We can have all good idea, inspiration. But what is very difficult is to concretize the idea and to show we can finish. So we made a lot of focus on our school to when students start to finish and to show how much they are professional about this. The third year it's a speed race. On the 5th year grade movie, it's stamina race. The difference is because they start at the third year the story, how to make the movie, and they have to finish in 1 year. But for the 5th year, they take more time. They take two years for make the 5th year movie. I will show you two examples, one in 2D and one in 3D. One, it's a short movie because it's very short, and I feel it was interesting. On the other, it's just extract. So it's alone works. This. On here, extract of third movie in 3D. It's just a trailer. And it's a student who come from music school, so he made himself his own music. Okay, so after the third year, the students have to decide if they want to continue or not. Unfortunately, I feel it's me. It's what I think. The study in France it's expensive. It's around the average. It's 8,000 by year. So it's expensive. It's around the average for many schools in all France. But it's less expensive than England because, as you know, it's 20,000 by year if you want to go to Royal College of Art. It's the same price in America. So but I feel it's very expensive, 8,000 by year. So some students sometimes they want to stop at the third year to try to go to the to find their first professional work, and some they want to have more experience for the fifth year. It's the truth about this. The students have more possibility to find work when they go to fifth year than third year. It's possible. For example, one who made the bird with the fur, she stopped in third year, and actually she worked for Illumination McGuff. So it's very famous company of 3D animation in France who made Moi Moche l'émission, Moi Moche, I don't remember the name, Les Mignons, many things like this. And they tried to make actually a new Mario Bros. Feature movie actually. It's announced because you saw the trailer of the Mario Bros. The new, because all was made by French. All was made by French in France, in Paris. So some students, they can reach and go to this kind of school. But we saw the possibility to know better start at the 5th year. The first year, when we talk, because I'm sorry, but I will make focus more about 3D. We start with 3D Studio Max, but in second year we work with Maya. With Maya, at the beginning we try to make the compositing with After Effects, but now we need to be more fast. And in the third year they already use Nuke for the compositing. And they start to use Houdini for all FX effect. And when they continue in the 4th and 5th year, we need time to learn all of this because it's a lot of things to learn. They have to develop their creativity, but they have also to develop their technical side. And I think many things will have a lot of evolution. For example, we talk a lot about AI. I don't know if you hear about. We talk now, it's normal, people can think, if you are author, you are, for example, building board game, you need image. Sometimes it's hard, but people can say, if I write some word, I can have my image, my illustration. And you say, yes, but no one can replace human. It's true, because what is important, it's the sensitivity. But take care, because we saw day by day the evolution and the progress of AI. It's very impressive. Well, it's other topic, but we need to adapt to this world and of all of this. So, we have one something very important. It's the timeline production. It's one particularity of many schools, but our timeline is very preciseless. I will show you other things more clear, maybe. Let me see. Where is? We use two things with the student for work, for follow. We have Discord, you know this. It's very personal, and it's all students, they show their experience, what they do. And after, I will show you what they need to learn. For example, this. It's all channel, so that it's the live Discord, so we can see what they do actually, what they are doing. They are trying to make tests about dust, about some shading. We can see here for other movie, because always that it's one movie. We can see some tests. Up. Because it's a movie who will made with many rule, many technical tests about water, but graphical water. And at the real time, we can, even if we are in our home, we write some, says, yes, it's good direction. You can continue to start to work with this. Voila, you can see. I try to see if there are other interesting. For example, they have one frog. They have one test of frog. It's a 5th year test for the next short movie we are making now. And that's all. And as you see, there are many channels for everything. It's very organized. And of course, it's something personal for the student, but they have also this. We have to start. It's a shot grid. Tac. Voilà. I will show you some example. So every student, they know already each milestone, or it's like a kind of jury, what they have to do. For example, in 20 days, they have to do this all point. in 57 days, they have to do this. It's very, the timing is very precise. And each year, we progress about this. We call this the pipeline. And the pipeline is very important for the production of movie. Because more you are precise, more you can adapt quickly, better to make 1 week before, 1 week later. On this, it's with experience. We find this. So we can see all the steps they need to do until the final jury in 241 days. So they have many things like this. We can see some example of movie they are trying actually. I will show you later maybe. We are also some tasks how students have to make how many time he need for finish this, and we discuss this with all the teaching staff and the student. The shot, I take this. If this sequence is very hard to do, if it's medium, if it's easy, if it's very hard, better maybe to start early or to start when they have enough skills for do this. I will come later about this. So this is very important, and we are very close about our student to say, you are late, it's okay, do it more. So we don't have time. You have to cut all this sequence and finish like this, because we don't have enough time. And after this, I want to show some example quickly. Ici. I will show quickly all mood of the third movie we do when I start to work in PôLE 3D. It's 5 years. And for me, it's interesting to see just the difference. There are nothing to say, just to see all art direction, all feeling, all application. You saw some example, some you don't saw. But for me, I am proud of all work. At the end, it's very important, even your success or you fail, to be proud. Because I say this often to your student, just do your best and don't have any regret. And I like the diversity. And we would like to continue to have the most diversity as possible. For example, this third year short movie, it's interesting because many people think it's real stop motion, but it's 3D, all is 3D. And many, like I will talk later about one success, many festivals, they talk about whole movie like it's made, it's stop motion movie. I think we have one specialty, if we have to describe our school, we are 3D school who made stop motion. We are stop motion feeling for 3D. Some example. This student is very talented, and he tried to he take a lot of risk when he do this movie. And actually, after I will show where he is actually for his 5th year movie, because he tried to make split screen movie of 12 minutes. On 12 minutes in split screen in 3D, it's very difficult to do this. But I feel, because we are searching, what is also important, the students, they are young, they are 18 years old. When they finish, sometime at the end they have 22, 23, and they are still young. But what is important about the creativity is to have a kind of maturity. And sometimes we have to find solution to put, like they have 40 years old of experience on their brain, or sometimes it's impossible because they are just 18 years old. But we have to put on their head, you have to think like you are 40 years old. You have to have many knowledge. We try to see many movies with them, to show many things. We try to talk about architecture, about everything, about sculpture, to be aware about everything. So the first year, it's the student who want to continue to the masters, because in third year here, they can stop or they can continue. In first year, some things change. we develop specialization. So we have three kinds of specialization. It's art specialization, FX specialization, and animation specialization. Art specialization, I stay with the 3D field, okay? Sorry for the 2D lover, I'm so sorry. I love 2D animation, but we are now focused on 3D animation. Art specialization, it's people who want to create the modeling of something, to create the shader, the lighting. It's all who you need to have sensitivity about your eyes, how to create the visual things, to have all skills and to go the more far as you can in this field. The FX, it's people who they will learn many things about code, to make coding, to learn about how to make a pipeline, professional pipeline, to use Houdini, to use many mathematical things. And after the animation specialization. Animation is very important. Animation is not just to move something, it's to give emotion. Just in one face, we can feel the emotion. So in first semester, they start to the beginning of their 5th year movie, but they don't do this because they have to learn many things about technical things, and they have also some exercise. So for the people, the students who go to the art specialization, they try to, for example, in first semester, to work about 3D illustration, and they have to work about 3 images like this. It's just some example, and they have to try to go the most far to find the skill about the fur, the clothes, many things, the lighting. I just show you some example again. And always we can learn technically, but always to put creativity inside. It's very important. It can be some simple, sometimes more confused, complex. So when you see this picture, it's made by one student always. It's not teamwork. I think this exercise is interesting to learn to find also technical visual technique for their 5th year's movie if they want. Voilà. It's second semester. When they have time, at the same time when they try to start the final movie, we create one project. It's a DRAC, and it's student work, and it's 2 minutes. At this moment, the students they are very tired. They don't want to work so much about this, but they do this last year. DRAC, it's organism in France for try to this organism was made to ask to the student to the young people to go to the cinema to see old movie, to see many other way of movie. So it was the apply. It was order from the DRAC, the regional directorate of cultural affairs in France. And at the same moment, they have to do their the animatics of their 5th year's movie. So I will show you in advance because they are making actually this. The next movie we will try to make, and it's as you see, it's 12 minutes 58. I don't know if I will show you all, but it's just to for you understand what is animatic and what we need in the end of 4th year. So it's not a final image, of course, and they are working about the aspect, the final aspect, because all, as I told you, it's like we became the stop motion 3D school, and all here they want to have also 3D, stop motion aspect to this movie. And sometimes we find all solution. We understand the stop motion aspect. For example, we stop some image. We call this 20 step image. Sometimes we take some image, 1/2 by image, for have not something very fluid image and movement. It's clear, I hope, because it's not the final aspect. It's just the animatic, the beginning for. On this, it's the nerd, and not the nerd. It's very important. It's the one point very important. It's better to have more ugly image, but the montage is the most important. I also say one thing to my students often. It's something for me very important. It's the sound and the music. Actually, they don't have sound design. We realize we have success from, especially for 2 short movies, and they have special focus about the sound design. And it's very important. And I like to say this to my students. The success of a movie, it's 51%, it's the music and the sound design. It's more important than the image. And I also say we can recognize a good director about the choice, what is the choice of the director, why he chooses this music, why he stops at this moment, why he decides the silence, why this sound, what is his decision. So actually they don't have sound design. I go more fast, and as you see, I go more fast if there's something. To make animation in split screen with a camera without nothing stopping, we have to calculate this. And for calculate this, we need a lot of computer. And we need power of, and we have one wonder farm much. This year we made 2 movies about more than 12 minutes, and we don't have enough power for that. And we have also to manage this in all side. And I go the next up. So, voilà. Alors, on the last of the last, sorry, I check, yes. It's the year of concretization, how the know-how of the student. I mix between technique, the technique and the cinema. It's very important we say this to the student, we work all together, because even when the movie is finished, we have the distribution. I will try to show you just one example, one extract, and we are always searching on trying experimental. And I want you to see this movie because it looks like it's filter, because it's the beginning, but we will progress about this. But it's not filter. All line is made by 3D line. You have to imagine all line is made by in 3D. So the quality is not good. I go fast. I'm sorry. I know you are hungry. Everybody needs to eat. So I will show quickly some image, the same as the third year. And voilà, I think for me, I am proud of all work, all students they do. And I want to talk a little about festival. I want to say something about festival. It's something very important. We have two success, very important success. It's 1 years before it was Migrant, this movie, he have 113 prize. And it's interesting because there are many, we can see the other students, the difference here. Normally it's 74, 44, 45 selection, but this movie, Migrant, have 39 selection on 100. It's amazing, it's very crazy. To have 113 prize, he go to the festival. He have to the Oscar, the final, the real Oscar. He had 2 selection with the Cleveland and the Seagraph Best in Show. The other, it's L'Arme de la Seine. He's still now on work on the distribution on festival. He have 82 prize and he earned 4 prize qualification for the Oscar. You know, to have 4 selection prize, who you can accept. Normally you need just 1 to go to the Oscar, but to a student movie who have 4 is just amazing. You have to sometime we discover this with the time, because normally we don't make movie for earn money, but for example L'Arme de la Seine, they earn 50,000 euros and all the money goes for the student, it's not for the school. So it's interesting, because there was 5, each have 10,000 euros after their school, like free, like gift. And the L'Arme de la Seine is around 40,000. So they have also money for this. I will show you quickly the inside of L'Arme de la Seine, because it's interesting. It's for actually the 2 success we had. Courage, it's soon finished. So, thank you. And quickly, the two success we realize the other it's migrant. It's very social message. And I feel like many festivals they need to have this kind of type of message. But it's not us we push our students to go to this way. It's come from the student. They want it, they need, they feel, they want to talk about this. I don't try to show because it's same. I have other making of from migrant, but it will take a lot of time. It's like 2 minutes the same. So I will finish about this, and I hope. Thank you for your attention. It's really finished now. So, if some have some question, I will try to respond.
Vocês podem colocar as questões em português e o Carlos responde em inglês. Bom,
I just want to say one thing. Actually, all our students are French mostly, but we wanted some culture from other culture come. It's not, as we told you, it's not because we want make money. Of course, it's a cost of this, but we want to have other way, other thinking from other country. And we know many other schools, they start like Superinfocom, like many other schools. There are many famous like Gobelin and many things. But we need also to start because we feel each culture, each country, they can bring something new. And we are searching this. For example, last year, we wanted to make a movie about the Portugal. And one student, he wanted because he was, his father and mother was Portuguese, but he can't success. It was too hard, and unfortunately, we had to cancel this movie. But I hope one day we can make a movie about this. We are the Catholic University of Lille. We are really open-minded. For example, the movie before, L'Arme de la Seine, it's a movie about Algerian, about Muslim, and the big problem between Algeria and France. And the school is very open-minded about this. One day I had a problem, with the Catholics outside, because we made a movie about rape, but it was too strong, and it was, I think I understand a little because I think we was too direct, too strong frontally. Sometimes we have also to progress, but we are very open for make all kind of movie.
Carlos, ainda relativamente a uma questão que nós não podemos ser alheios, é a questão económica e financeira, e falaste dos custos que envolve a formação. Sendo uma universidade estatal, vocês têm acesso a bolsas?
Sim. Now, alors, I want to quickly reply. We have the bourse in the school. It's adapted about the salary of father and mother. In France, it's the rule. If father and mother don't have enough money, they have some help for this. But if it depends, if their father and mother is rich, they can't have this bourse. And we come, the Catholic University of Lille, it's a very, very, very big group in the north of France. For example, in this group, they have all engineering school, all medical school, they have their own hospital to them. It's come from all the Catholic University. It's a very big group. And the diploma we had, it's all homologated internationally. So if they have the transition for this, for help for about money, all is open like for all the other schools in the world.
E ainda outra questão final, relativamente às saídas profissionais, à ligação que há entre estúdios, ou possível ligação que há entre estúdios e a escola, vocês fazem essa ligação e no 5º ano, já com um mestrado, se há forma de fazer os estágios?
Sim. we have a big problem in our school actually. It's the work in demand, especially in 3D, but also in 2D, but especially in 3D. It's very too big. And many studios, they come to take our students when they are in the third year, fourth year. And when they finish, especially the people who are technical, the technical director, they don't need to search. It's the studio they come to the school because they especially search on this. We saw around us, we take maximum 6 months for have 100% of all our students who find work. And it will be more in the future because in France, it's something we call, it's political things. The French government will put more money about this. We call this France 2030, France 2030. So they will put a lot of money for create more industry for animation, for video game, for many things. So it will be more and more. Actually, many of our students, they work during one time in Canada. During one moment, it was crazy because even if you are not so good technically, they take you because they need so much people in 3D. It's crazy, the industry of VFX. But actually, it will change. They will have in France, and they have a lot of things about this. About the stage, our students, they do stage in second year. Mostly, it's a very small stage about print, image, company. Sometimes we are surprised because some they already start to make a kind of VFX and already in second year. And we have to make a very more important stage in fourth year. On these two stages, it's obligatory. It's 1 month in second year, and it's 2 or 3 months in fourth year. And in fourth year, we need they go to a professional company. A very, for example, for the 3D, we check which company they go, if the company is on the cahier des charges of the school, if they will learn a lot of things. And in fifth year, we don't ask to them to find a stage. And we say to the students, they have to refuse. Because we say to the whole student, they don't have also to accept a minimum salary. Because they are about the animation, especially in France, we have convention who protect the minimum salary. And we have this chance in France. I don't know if it's same in Portugal.
Tal e qual como em Portugal. Não, não é. Não é. Não temos o investimento e não temos essa proteção que fala. Mas há questões...
Os renders, como é que são feitos?
Sim. At the beginning, we use a French software. It's a guerrilla render. For example, Les Larmes de la Seine on the Migrant was made in a guerrilla render. But actually, we are using Arnold and other. We don't use I don't know, the 3D Studio Max like Vere and other things. Because with Arnold, we have more control about this. I know for some realistic for architecture, people like to use Vere. We are searching, we are looking at Renderman actually. We use Arnold because actually our process became, especially in fifth year, so heavy about to calculate. We have to calculate directly about Houdini, not about Maya. Why we do this? Because the transfer of cache of the effect we do, it's too much heavy to make transfer to Maya. So we calculate directly about Houdini. For example, the movie about the bicycle, I show you quickly, it's all line in 3D. It's experimental for us, it's new. And we are making new movie with this kind of this technique, but with more high, with more high skills. So for this, we can't make so much cache because to make the, I don't know if you understand what is a cache. We have to make transfer and the cache is too much heavy for the computer. And it's for that we use actually Arnold. We back for Arnold because Guerilla was very interesting software. It's very easy friendly user and you can do many things very easily and have a good aspect. For Arnold, you have to work a little more. And we are looking about Renderman.
Mais alguma questão? Sim, sim, lá ao fundo. Sim.
Yes?
First of all, good morning. I want to congratulate your people for the
Mm.
I saw it in this year at Monster. It was one of my favorite movies from the students' competition.
Thank you.
You basically answered one of my questions, which is the fact that you are not afraid of touching really heavy topics, in this case a real massacre.
Yeah.
Which leads to the other question. Was the thought process of making such subject
Okay.
not very graphic at all?
Yeah.
Because the way you use it to tell what happens on that
Okay.
tragedy was very good.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much.
In a way that do not show proper graphical content.
Okay, I try to reply. So, firstly, the process. I will talk a little about the process. We work with brainstorm. The students have to work, and the leader of this project is Yanis Belaïd. He is from the Algerian family, and his grandfather talked a lot about this history, and he wanted to talk about this. When he talked about his group, no one knows this story. And he realized he had to talk about this. Actually, in France, the president, Emmanuel Macron, he talked more about this story because it's a strong story who have Algerian who was thrown on the Seine rivers, and they say there are just 4 people die, but it's more than 200, and it's more big than what, because they try to hide this. And time by time, France tried to change. When we try to, after I will talk with us a visual aspect. When we try to make this kind of movie, like Migrant of L'Arme de la Seine, we saw many people is very upset to see this kind of topic. And we are helping also our students to be preparing about this. Sometimes we laugh about this, and we see many haters about this kind of topic because they say, what's this topic about migrant? Because we talk about white queer who will meet black bear, and what is this analogies? Why there are many things for everything, and for L'Arme de la Seine about the Algerian war, it's a very sensitive topic. But we are strong. The Catholic University follow us. And we are trying to show this. And I think, for me, when movie is we divide people, it's already interesting, and it's already something win, because we have to change something. When you do something very good, plate, it's good. Everybody like it, but they don't move you inside of you. And we wanted to try. As I told you, one thing, we are just at the beginning, and we want to continue because we try to progress about this. About the visual aspect, it's funny about L'Arme de la Seine because all is made only in 3D animation. There are no stock shot. There are nothing who they put camera for have people or the background. On many festivals, on very famous festivals, they write this stop motion animation is amazing. Many people think, and when we go to Clermont-Ferrand, we have the speaker, we say to them, it's 3D animation, but if he can't say, he say it's, but how you do the stop motion? Because they feel it's very stop motion. And I say, but we have to explain it's 3D, and we work, and it's the talent of student, and we have one thing we have the luck of this. We have one very good technical director. His name is Guillaume Barat. He comes from Canada. He was working on a very big VFX company. The name is Rodeo FX. And he worked for help to try to make the better way. And he transfer all his knowledge to the student. He is very help for all students. It's like a god in the school because when students have problem, he is here for help, for find. But voilà. I don't know if I reply all, but yes, we are very happy about this topic, and for this movie, we are especially proud of them. And you know, we have one thing. The student finish in 5th year, so this movie, it was finished in 2021, but we are still connected with them. And we are on Facebook Messenger, we are writing like every day. We continue to be with them, to follow them. I think we say in French, service après-vente. So we are, I think the students say that to us. We are very good for this because even they finish their study, we continue with them because it's, we are with them for this adventure for make bigger, for understand the world and about the world of festival, and it's very interesting for us.
Havia mais uma questão? Sim.
Where can we find all of the students' work? Do you have a website?
Yeah, yes, we have a YouTube, Vimeo on the website. So you have just to write PôLE 3D. I will show you. You try just try PôLE 3D. Ah. No, it's not here. PôLE 3D. Ah, I write very well PôLE 3D. You write just this PôLE 3D, and you can find the website here. You can go to here. There's a formation hall. You can have in English, and you can see the training. You can see the student life, project gallery, 3D, for example. But for me, the website is not so good. We have to change this. And this is the whole project last year. If we connect, for example, here, L'Arme de la Seine, we can see, because for L'Arme de la Seine, we can see just extract, actually, because it's still in the festival. And as you know, he will, it's in the 69 short movie selected for the Oscars. And it's 2 years in a row we go to the Oscar, but we cross the finger to go to the short list, to the nominees. It's very hard. It's step by step. But for this, it's also something like a little political things. We have to know the good people. It's very, but we are also learning about this. And voilà. I don't know if I reply. If you want to see, we have YouTube and Vimeo, but better to see on Vimeo, because the quality of video is better on Vimeo than YouTube, because they have a lot of compression of in YouTube.
Mais alguma questão? Então, sendo assim, convido-vos para a retrospectiva da escola às 4h30. O Carlos estará lá para falar um pouco mais de alguns dos filmes que nós já cá vimos. Eu não sei se tiveram a oportunidade de ver a retrospectiva do CINANIMA nas universidades relativamente à PôLE 3D, mas também tinha trabalhos sobre os alunos do terceiro ano. Portanto, espero-vos às 4h30. Às 2h30 tem uma competitiva estudantes. Às 4h30 temos a retrospectiva da PôLE 3D aqui na Sala António Gaio. Muito obrigada.
Muito obrigado.
E são sempre bem-vindos. Muito obrigada, Carlos.
I'm sorry for talking. I'm sorry for my long answer to your question, but thank you to all for your answer.
Há sempre mais para falar, não é?
Sim.
Mas vocês têm um bom processo.